Fight fans, we are ready for our next title fight. Don't forget to let your friends know at home if they are fight fans. It is not too late to tune in to CageZilla.com to catch these next two fights. They don't want to miss them. Here we go, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the red corner, it's Drew Pais.
Welcome back to CageZilla 80 for our co-main event and the entrance of Drew the Screw Pais. I gotta say, Brent, out of all the people we talked to backstage, as many characters exuding confidence have walked through the doors of CageZilla, I think Drew Pais might be one of the most interesting.
Yeah, you could tell he's been through a lot, and just for him to be here, and he's happy to be here. I had to ask him. I said, Drew, the Screw, where did you get that nickname? I've never heard that before. And he had a perfect answer. He said, screws don't break. And I love that, man. Drew the Screw, his favorite fighter that he likes to emulate is Nick Diaz, another fighter that don't break. And I'm really excited to see Drew Pais in here with a record of 5-1, fighting out of MMA Greensboro in Greensboro, North Carolina. He made the trek up here to Northern Virginia to fight in the best organization that he could find, which is, as everyone knows, CageZilla. So he made the trek up here for this lightweight title fight, and I'm excited to see this 20-year-old, the youngest fighter on the card, perform under these bright lights.
And his opponent, making his way to the cage and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Barry Carpenter Jr.
That being said, Drew the Screw Pais in his young life may not have met someone as scary as Barry Carpenter Jr. Currently standing at 5-1 in his fight records. One of the things to note here is that he has quite an interesting story about where that one loss came from. And for me, in my heart, this man stands undefeated, ready to lay claim to this vacant lightweight title.
Yeah, especially after I heard the story that he told me when we were talking before the fights here of how he got that one loss. It was by DQ because he, well, I don't know how to put it any other way than he regurgitated in the ring and he got DQ'd. And I said, man, how does that even happen, or why does that even happen? Did you eat too much? What happened? He said something I've never heard before. He said he was fighting in his coach's mouthpiece. Something happened with his mouthpiece, and he was fighting in his female coach's mouthpiece, Riva. And, you know, I mean, if anybody could imagine, anybody at home can imagine fighting in someone else's mouthpiece with teeth prints in it and everything. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if I can about it, man.
I don't even know if I could put that in, much less fight with it in. So, once again, I agree with Chris. I think he's coming in here possibly undefeated here tonight, and really a guy to look out for. Exuded a lot of confidence, and here we go. Let's send it to Chris.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds, and it is for the vacant CageZilla lightweight title. It is brought to you by our friends at Blue Label Customs. Customize your life. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5'10" and weighing in at 156 pounds, fighting out of MMA of Greensboro, North Carolina, with a record of 5 wins and only 1 defeat. He is the #1 ranked welterweight in the state of North Carolina. It's Drew the Screw Pais. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'8" and weighing in at 154 pounds, fighting out of Team XCWT of Norfolk, Virginia. He is the #14 ranked lightweight in the state of Virginia with a record of 3 wins and only 1 defeat. It's Barry Carpenter Jr. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. It is brought to you by Blue Label Customs, and it is for the vacant CageZilla lightweight title. Here's referee Gabe Balajit with the fighter instructions.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules in the back. Follow my instructions at all times. Keep it clean and protect yourselves at all times. Any questions? All right, let's go to your corners.
These guys with a very serious look on their face. Barry Carpenter was very serious and stoic before the fight, telling me he's fighting for his aunt. Shout out to his grandfather, William Jones Sr., who he's also fighting for, and his past loved ones. So he seemed very, very focused, very tuned in, and so did Drew.
Yeah, Drew Pais also coming in with a story all his own, you know, a troublemaker in his youth by his own admission, really turned his life around recently, getting picked up with a construction job. He works, eats, sleeps, and breathes training and physical work, and that has forged quite the fighter. 5-1 so early in his career, ready to match up against Barry Carpenter Jr. Full drop of that guard. The confidence coming out of this man is already he's got his opponent up against the ropes.
Yeah, you can say that, Chris, but he ate one when he did that. He took a big body kick.
He tried to pull the Nick Diaz, but
exactly
didn't really necessarily work out for him.
Yeah, maybe a little bit too much confidence coming in here. Got the side headlock wrenched in by Barry Carpenter Jr. The response is an attempted pivot off of those legs and the hips of Drew the Screw Pais. But this is a very tough situation to be in. The full body weight of your opponent trying to compress your neck in that situation. And you can see those shots in the back of the head that the right corner is trying to throw out here aren't doing a whole lot to Barry.
I tell you one thing, if he pops his head out, he's got back control. So that's one thing about the head position. Or that.
Rolls around, and while it isn't back control, he is the one on top. And there's the back given up by Barry Carpenter Jr. as the two are going to roll around again as the reversal into the exact same side headlock will be had. Yep. Barry Carpenter unable to find a whole lot of leverage here up against the ring wall. And it's actually going to be Drew using that position to his advantage to bridge his hips and try to knock the larger man off.
Really bad decision right there by Barry Carpenter to not roll his hips before that body triangle got locked in. He had a perfect opportunity. He's out of the body triangle now, but still has his back.
Yeah, he better keep his chin down. He better not be looking around too much.
There's the body triangle again. And Brent, how much gas does just being in a body triangle take out of you? Because it's got to be restricting your breathing by not allowing your lungs to fully inflate, right?
Oh man, it's really not cool. It's compressing everything really
oh my God.
A lot much more tighter. I told you better keep that chin down. He better keep that chin down.
Almost a full rear naked choke.
Oh, it's under the chin.
And now it's under the chin. Barry Carpenter Jr. is going to start fading here unless he can wrench that right arm out from under. Referee going to check on the blue corner here as once again Barry Carpenter Jr. is using the last vestiges of his strength to try to pull himself out of this sicky situation.
Fight the other hand. Wow.
Get out
of it. Great work from Barry Carpenter Jr. to escape that because that was in. That was in. Now he's on top. We'll see if he can start, putting some offense together for himself. But he was in the body triangle. He was in a rear naked choke, and now he's on top. Let's see what he can do. There's no give up in Barry.
Oh my God!
Yeah, I don't know if you guys could really see that one up there. He just ate a big right hand from the top.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I saw him rain down a nice strike there from the top.
He's trying to trap that left hand under his right knee. Very, very smart little tactical move there.
Huh.
That being said, the control that Barry Carpenter Jr. is exerting right now is immense. And the problem is that Drew can't, in this position, back himself out of the control that Barry has just because the cage is right there, impeding his ability to drag himself forward. So now he's kind of inching along the cage side, and now it's going to allow for Barry to start opening up as that leg is continually grabbed by Drew the Screw Pais. The problem is when you get a bunch of hammer blows to the back of the head in response, that could just be lights out in an instant as now the two are once again in a tussle back towards the cage side. This time around it's going to be Drew Pais on top, but how long can he hold it?
Just an ugly scramble here.
Yeah, what a nice grappling exchange from both of these gentlemen. And, 1 second one's on top, 1 second with the other one. Who's doing the damage from the top? To me, it seems like Barry's getting the better shots from the top. But, the Screw had very good back control. We're going to see how the judges are really looking at this one.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack in this one, as now Barry Carpenter Jr. is once again going to rise out of the morass, but now full lock onto the leg.
He better clear his knee. He better clear that knee, or else he's in a nice ankle hold there.
And Barry is dangerously close to getting a point taken away if he grabs that fence again.
Yeah, but at the same time, what else can you do for leverage? Your
got
whole leg is taken away from you, and Drew the Screw Pais is really putting the screws into that ankle.
Yeah, but he didn't really have the leverage on it that he was looking for. He's trying to reposition now. Oh, and he's out.
Nice, nice. Good back and forth battle here in round number 1. Another intense, exciting title fight. And hopefully Barry Carpenter's knee's feeling okay from that ankle bar. I think the ref's warning him for those cage grabs as well.
The one thing I want to note is, at the very last strikes of that first round, we saw Drew Pais sprawled out on the ground like he's on vacation with a playful kick up there right at the very end. So he's clearly feeling like that first round is something he's comfortable with dealing on the ground versus Barry Carpenter Jr. for. So now, as we move to the second round, the question is, who depleted more energy? Who's feeling it more coming out of that one?
Yeah.
You know, I was really surprised in that round there that Drew Pais did as well as he did in the scrambles, Brent, knowing that Barry Carpenter is a former Virginia State champion wrestler. He held his own in the wrestling aspect. Really great job by Drew Pais.
Look at him doing jumping jacks in the corner. This young man, he is ready to go. He's trying to get the blood moving. He's like, all right, let's do this. Yeah, no, I agree. Barry Carpenter was a great state champion wrestler, and Drew the Screw hung right in there with him.
Yep.
So we'll see what Drew and Barry bring to the second round.
Deep breaths right there from Barry.
Barry Carpenter Jr. has not had to face a victory that goes to the judges' scorecard. Doesn't have to go all the way, given that he's 100% finish rate. So he may be looking to end this relatively soon here. Otherwise, he may be in uncharted waters. Drew the Screw Pais similarly has a high finish rate, about 60%. 3 of his 5 wins have come via submission. And we saw some glimpses of that there in round number 1, as immediately it's the Screw trying to find a takedown. Big dump, over and under. Barry Carpenter trying to get a back mount there, looking for a response. Can't quite find the leverage to pivot those hips, though. And now he's rammed up against the ring.
Yeah, wow. You wouldn't be able to tell that Barry's the wrestler. Drew's coming in and getting these takedowns. That looks really nice.
Yep.
And right now, with that left arm extended, guarded by Barry Carpenter Jr., I'm looking to see what Drew the Screw Pais can do to fully lock it in this position. Because Barry is so bunched up versus the ring, I don't think he can get into the full amount that he wants in this situation. And we see Barry Carpenter actually scoots back in this situation, keeping his back to the wall, making sure that Drew the Screw Pais can't use that to his advantage.
Yeah, he's looking for some kind of weird Kimura type, but he's not in position. Oh, you know what, though, Brent? He might be trying to set that up for a sweep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he's doing.
But he's about to get mounted. And, yeah, he could use it as a sweep.
Yeah, let's see whether or not Barry Carpenter Jr. will be able to get that other leg out from under Drew to try to turn things around. He's kind of worryingly close to giving up back control now, and up against the ring with nowhere to go. That could spell disaster.
Yeah. The screw really keeping good top control here. And there he is, moving right to mount position.
This is right in front of the judges, too. So Barry
Wow,
Carpenter Jr.
what
something out of this
explosive
situation.
power.
Will be able to do a massive
Never.
pivot. And while that arm is slightly exposed here, the striking game coming out of the blue corner is more than enough to make a statement in return.
Never in my life have I ever seen a sweep like that. That was crazy.
He just said, I'm getting up.
Yep. Now let's use that power that you just showed standing up out of that full mount and contain him with top position and start raining down.
Yeah. Barry's got good punches from the top, so hoping he uses them here. He's got his head pushed up against the cage real nice. And Drew's going to have to create some space or create some offense there from his back, because
And I would be real worried.
Oh.
I was about to say I would be really worried about posturing up that high and getting set up for a possible triangle or something. But now he's in full mount.
Look
full
who's
control.
in mount position now. Let's see if the screw can work his way out like Barry did.
This is such a high position, though, and Barry Carpenter Jr. is denying any ability for the screw to actually pull himself away. And once again, this is right in front of the judges, guys. They are seeing every last little bit of Barry Carpenter Jr. just putting all the pressure in the world upon the screw.
The thing that's worrying me about this top position here is every time he tries to get that left leg out, he moves higher up on the chest of Drew Pais, which, well,
I don't know if it matters, though. That's a lot of big hammer fist straight to the
did
head.
not.
And now Pais is going to give up back control, tries to roll back in for a re-engage. Will barely find any of it as he slowly is put into a scramble situation.
oh, this is what I was worried about.
Wow.
Whoa!
that is
Oh,
what
my God.
Out of nowhere.
Guys,
Oh my goodness. Oh, he was going to tap.
That is exactly what I was concerned about. He got
I think he cleared it.
He got way
Got his
too
arm
high.
He better pull that elbow through. Oh my goodness. He almost, did you guys see his hand come up to almost
Oh, yeah.
tap? I mean, that
Absolutely.
arm was extended.
Referee
Wow.
gave Balajit right in there too, ready for the tap or ready to call it if he needed to, but he did not. Great defense there by Barry Carpenter, and he stays on top.
God, what determination that is. A lot of people would have tapped right there.
Certainly a scary situation.
Yeah, you get in a position where your arm's getting jerked on. It's already extended. It has nowhere else to go. It's I don't know if you guys have felt that before, but it's a pretty desperate situation.
I have not, and I hope never to.
Wow, what a slick move to the back, but only 10 seconds left.
Pais,
Oh,
though, locking
wow.
in the rear naked choke.
Oh, no.
No, he's good.
He's
good.
running out
We're
of
short
time.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow, look at these guys. I was going to say it was Barry's round, but look at Drew's corner.
Yeah,
He's
I
fired
can
up
tell you
about
what,
something.
Xavier right there from XCWT
Wow.
is not a guy you want to run up on like that.
This might
Are
just
they
be
calling it?
Barry hasn't been able to get up off the ground and over to his corner, absolutely dazed from that onslaught. The armbar,
Wow.
and then following that choke was terrifying, saved by the bell for sure. And now, with all the considerations on the table, at the very least, I think we're scoring that round in favor of the red corner.
And Chris, that's exactly what Drew's corner was yelling. They were yelling to stop the fight because they thought Barry was unconscious on the ground.
Huh.
It was certainly close to it, if not unconscious, staggered, beleaguered by the onslaught that Drew the Screw Pais brought to the table.
Yeah, Barry was a little gassed after the first round. I'm not sure if he has enough to get off the stool here and give us a third round. We'll see.
Well, there were the clappers. They need to get him out of here. And there's the call to get him out. Barry Carpenter Jr. unable to fully stand. The referee may call it here. And there it is! Drew the Screw Pais is your new lightweight champion!
He did the screwdriver celebration there on the ground. That was nice. Drew is definitely somebody to look out for. He's he was in good positions, bad positions, but he was there and ready to rock and roll for the third round, and Barry Carpenter was not. So good fight all around.
I do wonder what happened there.
Wow.
Gonna get security and the officials in here, but I don't understand. I believe that is Drew the Screw Pais' brother, actually. Incensed a little bit by what happened here. Got the organizers and everybody here in the ring. Looks like things are going to be split up.
Wow. Well, hey, good fight by Drew the Screw. Nonetheless, he won that title fight fair and square. There's a little drama outside of the ring, outside of the cage. It looks like Barry was a little disgruntled by either something that Drew's brother said or did. Either way, CageZilla staff is professional and will always take care of situations that and keep the focus on the champions.
And even outside of that little altercation, I'd love to see the professionalism and the sportsmanship between the other members of the XCWT staff at MMA Greensboro. So still a lot of love here at the CageZilla ring, but quick situation turned around here as now we're going to throw it over to Chris Fuller and Jess to make this fight official.
Yeah, that was a weird turn of events there towards the end. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I thought Barry didn't have enough energy to fight, and all of a sudden he was slugging.
But what a fight. Once again, another division to keep on watch here for in CageZilla. The lightweight division has certified killers. Now hungry for the title of Drew the Screw Pais, but stepping to him means stepping to all those grappling strengths that we saw coming out of this fighter. He could play up on the feet, but oh my goodness, the number of threats he presented to Barry Carpenter Jr. when they were on the ground in the scramble situations meant that so many situations I thought were totally in blue corner's favor suddenly were reversed.
Yeah, no, like I say, let's keep the focus on Drew. He had a great fight. He had great positions. I thought he could have finished the fight a couple different times. Yeah, he was on his back. He had a nice ankle lock. Barry's limping a little bit. I'm not sure if one of those ankle locks had something to do with it. He was in an arm bar. His arm might be a little bit sore tomorrow as well. And what a heck of a bout. Drew's come a long way. He said his boss changed his life, his mentor. And I said, what do you mean change your life? Usually you think of a coach, he changed your life physically or something like that. He said, no, mentally. He just changed my life and really helped me out. So let's give him the credit he deserves. Let's send it down to Chris.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Gabe Balajit has called a stop to the action after the second round after the fighter could not answer the bell. For your winner, by TKO and new CageZilla lightweight champion, it's Drew Pais.
Hello. Oh, hi. Hi, Drew. Congratulations on this win. Give it up for him. He is the youngest fighter on the card at 20 years old. That's pretty impressive, guys. Come on, let's hear it. And you just started fighting in 2023, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
It is, and you've had 7 fights in 16 months, is that correct?
Actually, like 9, really. I did a kickboxing tournament in Florida, and I love this shit, man. Shout out to Barry, man. I wish I bled a little bit because I know the elbows are there, man, but next time I'm throwing elbows, I'm cutting my opponent. October, I'm fighting again, so if y'all want to see the Screw fight again, October.
There you go. Real quick, so you did a lot of submission attempts, but he had a lot of defensive answers, but ultimately that is what won the fight. Was that kind of your strategy coming in? Is that your bread and butter when you are fighting?
Well, honestly, I was just trying to knock the motherfucker out, man, because all I do is submissions, man. It's boring, man. I know it's boring. It works, but hey, shout out to my coach, Kennedy Bicko. Shout out to Sean Salters. Shout out to Dave Burton. Shout out to my dad, Bo Pais, and everybody that made it here, man. Shout out to everybody. I love all y'all. It's Screw time, motherfucker.
Congratulations, Drew. I love the raw honesty.
Like and subscribe to CageZilla.